there is a connection, a real life connection in the Book of Mormon. A linear, tangible, familial connection in the Book of Mormon that is missing from the rest of Christianity. And of course, the Book of Mormon isn't the whole picture of all of Christianity either. But so when Mormons read the Book of Mormon, and let's say you're a more mature Mormon and you're older, you reach a point where you realize that these people are real. And you reach a point where, as a Christian, as a parent, as a true believer, that, hey, I am part of these people. They've made covenants, and I've made covenants. And we've made the same covenants. We've made covenants with the same Father. Therefore, this is my family. And the Book of Mormon has a part where it's when Jesus comes and he's talking about the house. And he's talking about a house, which is the house of Israel, a house that is a group of people, is a family that is from Adam till the end of the world. It's a family that isn't limited by time. It's a family of good people. Well, not not always good, but it's a family who covenants with God and wants to be with God, whether or not they're good or not. But without the Book of Mormon and without the covenants in Mormonism, without the baptism and the family covenants in the temples and the covenants with God, the Book of Mormon doesn't have as much meaning. But if you it's this invitation to join a family that is eternal. In the mortal sense, eternal in the sense that, let's say you get baptized and you join the Mormon church. Well, you make covenants and you pray and you try to be righteous, but at the same time, you're reading the Book of Mormon and you're feeling a part of them and you're reading their story from front to back and you're seeing yourself in their story. So if you're a young kid, well, how did the young people in the Book of Mormon act? If you're a middle-aged person, if you're an old person and you don't have very much longer to live. So you read the Book of Mormon and you look at your righteous family. How did the righteous live? And that's really cool. That's why Mormonism is really cool, because you're feeling like you're a part of this family, and it's almost like the Book of Mormon is a cheat sheet, like a code, like a key to surviving now. staying loyal to God now, overcoming the devil now. And so I wanted to draw out, I can't do it now, but I wanted to have like a little graph where I showed, okay, like mainstream Christianity. So you would have a line from Adam to the end of the world, and you would have mainstream Christianity and who they feel connected to from the past and in the future. So if you're like, let's say you're a mainstream Christian, what other Christians do you feel connected to? So you might say the early Christians during the time of Jesus, or maybe some people in the Middle Ages, and then you go into the future. Okay, I feel like I'm connected to everybody in heaven. So that would be like your timeline. But with Mormons, that timeline, that little arrows, that little graph would look a little different, because Mormons see themselves connected to the Christians in the time of Jesus and in the time of the ancient American Christians and their ancestors, because Mormons believe that they do covenants for their ancestors. So they do baptisms. They're called proxy baptisms, and their ancestors in the spirit world can choose to accept or reject that. So they feel a lot of Christian connection. But the irony is, the ironic thing is, we feel a lot of Christian disconnection from the present day Christians, or we might use the word apostasy, but we feel like we Mormons are part of this big Christian family that goes back into the past and into the future. And so we are inviting people to join the big Christian family. And so it would, if I could put it on a graph, if I could show it, it would be, and it's not just a physical, it's not just a physical representation, but it's this house that Jesus talks about. It's the house of Israel. It's the house of the people of Israel, the children of Abraham. But it goes before Abraham. We're talking about Melchizedek and the people of Moses and Jesus and the Jews and the Lamanites, the ancient American Christians, and everybody who joins who is adopted. So we are a family. We are a family, like the song says. But it's a family that when we read the Book of Mormon, see, the Book of Mormon, this is why so many Mormons love the Book of Mormon. Mormons who really read it and study it and make it a part of their lives, they feel like they're reading a family history, a journal, a family epic, they feel like, they're reading their father's words, like they're reading a brother's words, a leader. They feel like they're reading someone from the past who is part of their family. And that's what the Book of Mormon is. It's not just a book about do good to others and blah blah blah. Mormonism is awesome. It's transformative because it changes your social structure. It changes how you view your family, because now now you've joined a family that's been in existence forever, and it will go on forever. And I think about how cool it will be for me that all the good people in Thailand and all the good people in Samoa, they won't just be people that I will associate with if I live righteously and if I earn the kingdom of heaven. These are people that will be my family. And we will interact with each other and teach each other and help each other, and we will grow with each other and cry with each other, and we will just be united, and we will appreciate our differences and our personalities, and it'll be frog awesome, man.